Doing on this good Wednesday? All right, y'all. Well, this is Poseidon, Poseidon the General, Poseidon the Third Eye King. I want to say peace, love, light, sovereignty, well-being to all of you. I wanted to just give you guys this download because Spirit is downloading a lot of deep things into me right now. I feel as though I'm almost being absorbed by the universe, by a galactic pool. Kind of like this feeling of different streams going to the same source of water. There is a feeling of revelation, and I'm hearing it as precipitation, um, almost like this feeling of moistness, almost like this feeling of um, being cooked or being in a sauna. There is this feeling of heat rising. And what this feeling is our Kundalini activation, is us raising our frequencies. Um, I have been feeling into these energies for, it feels like a millennia now. That's the word that I pop in, that, yeah, millennia. We're going through a very, very karmic cremation right now. There is a karmic fire, a karmic cremation that is forming right now within the body, within the realms of the soul. Right now, our egos are being forced right now to take a back seat so that we can reformulate and repopulate and regenerate our sense of self, this new sense of direction, this new sense of what is palpable, what we can taste, touch, and sense right now. We are being made ready and being made whole for a rediscovery of truth at this time, because what use is it to have new wine in old wineskin? It can't hold. Or on the other side of the token, what is it to have new wineskin but to be filling it with old wine? We have to receive this new wine. And so in order to receive the new wine, we have to be formed and made and patched up into new wineskin, a new texture, a new material, a new format, okay? This is the purification of our mind, body, and soul. This is union and alignment with the divine mind of God and the karmic revelation of our soul nature. Our egos, our personalities, our definitions of self are being cracked down, decoded, unhinged, untangled, so that we can receive this new blood, this new potion, this new spirit. Our spirits are literally being renewed. Our spirits, our mind, and our bodies are being put in sync right now. Okay? With all of the South Node in Capricorn energy, Saturn, Pluto, there is change, intense transformation, review, deconstructing, obstruction, and what feels like more setback, more limitation, and more non-freedom. But see, that is all an illusion. Because ultimately, those are all things that are predicated on you and your perspective of freedom. I am free. I am free. I am not bound by time. I am not bound by a community. I am not bound by restriction, regulation, law. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty and there is freedom. So we have to take on a spirit of freedom. Christ says that my yoke is easy, my burden is light. So we have to start reworking and rewiring our minds to seeing the real truth of our own inner oppressions and start to untangle this so that we can reconnect to our true soul purpose. Who we have been, who we are, and who we are going to be are coming into alignment, into a cosmic convergence for greater balance, greater connection, and the intermingling of the female and male principles to bring about divine union, balance, and forgiveness, change, healing, open wounds, open vacuums. I almost feel like saying, come to Jesus. I'm not a Christian, but I am a believer in the word of Jesus and the teachings of that Messiah, Yeshua. The teachings of liberation from an oppressive system, relearning sovereignty, defending my right of expression within a corrupt system. I am the Son of God. I am the Lion of Judah. We are in Cancer season, you guys. The sign of our home, our comforts, our nurturing, and really the things that crystallize our inner world, our inner makeup, the things that we react to and respond to subconsciously. And this is a great time for I ams. I am expressions. To become one with the I am. To be centered in the will of the divine. To enforce practices that regulate your moods and regulates your system. We are creating a new system within a system. A new irrigation system where we can truly heal and come into an aligned, conscious, awakened state of divinity. This is through our speech. This is through people like me doing these videos. This is through music, through writing, through poetry, through movies. I mean, light is just being flooded in through every crook, cranny, and crevice that it can, because we have the strength now to support it. The earth is in a place where we can now support these light forms. And so there are new conscious shifts happening every day and every minute. And, you know, we as a earthly community, as an earthly vessel, are now able to take in more light as we pry open that awareness, as we start to open up those caves and those dark spaces of null and void understanding. You know, we start to allow more light to come in. We start to see those things that be not as though they are. We start to see those hidden faculties, those hidden facilities in our mind, in our bodies, and in our psyches that, when exposed and given a place to express itself, we start to see different dimensions being formed, starting within our own psyches. We go through this on a very soul level, cathartic experience. You guys, there is a spirit of catharsis that is almost trembling to unhinge and to unravel itself. You know, and form itself fully into what it is. You know, I have been going through a cathartic experience for the last 2 years. And within that experience, I have cried, I have wept, I have ridden, I have felt some of the most jarring, excruciating pains. But it's been the most liberating, the most fluid, and most impactful space that I've been in. This is all alluding and corresponding and manifesting from the South Node energy, because the South Node in Capricorn and the North Node in Cancer are karmic points. It's a karmic checkpoint. It's a doorway. It's a window into the soul. A window of the soul is opening right now. And I just want to encourage everyone to really sit with yourself, literally sit with yourself and go through this process. This is going to be energy that you can't run away from. Neptune is retrograde. So you can't run away from yourself. You can't hide from the demons that are in the trunk of your car, that you hide in your closet. We are all going through challenging times where we are having to challenge ourselves, face ourselves, and reconstruct how we operate, how we respond to things. We're having to break down the crystallized structure that has made up our personality. Our very existence has been in cahoots with this imperialistic, authoritative, tyrannical mode of being. So we're breaking down all these ego structures. What's being broken down with Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn is ego structures. Now, this is not to say that the ego is not important, but when you put too much importance on the self and what you've built and what you've manifested, you cut off all other people from true recognition, because you feel as though what you've built up and what has had longevity and what has had, what has been built as the foundation of your life, you've given it so much meaning and you've given it so much power to have its control over you. You've given it so much power, and now your ego is bent on your job, your career, how much money you're making, how many cars you have. When you can't take any of those things with you, those things are material. They are not finite, or they are not infinite. They are finite. Those are finite things. Those are finite things. So we're breaking down all these ego structures. And I'm going to do another video today regarding Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn and the ego structures that we've built and how these things are being reformed and reshaped in our life. This is Poseidon, y'all, the third eye king, and I'm coming here with 1,000,001 things to say. I'm coming with a silver key to unlock the nest of lies and deceit that has made our world and reality oh so incomplete. Much love, light, peace, and favor to you all. I love you, and God bless and keep you in all your endeavors. All right.